I guess it's good afternoon. It's gonna be a coffee with Earl, though don't have any coffee. I think I might have drank a little bit too much coffee. A little bit too much. But coffee with Earl with Mike T. Mike T. Hi, Mike. You said that you trained your brain to not think about the past, and it took about 3 months. So I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about not thinking about the past for a while. I guess it started when I did a video about not dwelling, and so I've been. It's not like I committed to it like several months ago, but like I'm starting to see now. Like, let's just say it's been going on for a month. I'm starting to see not only real progress, but a real improvement on my mood. I mean, like, thoughts are like food for your brain. So like when I talk about things that I love, I could see it in my face when I do a video about something that I love. Oh, squirrel, squirrel. It makes you feel good, and it doesn't even matter how long ago it was. Like, something awesome that happened to me 3 days ago is just as joyful as a memory of something awesome that happened to me 30 years ago. So so same thing with negatives. Like, so obviously you figured this out, and I'm just now figuring it out. I didn't realize. I knew that you could change, you could reprogram your brain to be more positive or something like that. And I knew through meditation classes that I took that, like, the monkey brain, or a lot of like the hyperactivity of your brain actually is bad for you, and that could be like modified a little bit, especially with like focus and meditation and practice. But I didn't know that you could train your brain to it almost like it happens on its own. Like, my brain, like, this person's driving backwards in the other lane. I'm just gonna, okay, I see what they're doing. So my brain now is starting to do this on its own. Like, so like a negative memory pops up about a guy a long time ago named Joe, and my mind immediately goes like, it's the past. You know, I don't need to think about that thing that Joe did, or man, I wish I would have, I wish I would have stood up for myself, or I wish I wouldn't have had it in this thing, or I wish I would have addressed it differently. Like, it's past, it doesn't matter. If I met somebody like, Joe or Tammy or whoever the past memory is now, without, thinking about it or lots of practice about it or anything like that, I would deal with a situation differently, and I believe I would deal with it better. So there's in the Patrick O'Brien books, the Master and Commander series, one of the characters says, a woman that he admired a lot once said that the past is only of value when reflecting upon a positive memory of yours, like, so to rehash the negatives is of no value. I mean, there is value, of course, but the idea being that, like, you think of something negative, and it's to help you form a plan or remember to avoid that in the future. But that's all you need. Don't touch metal that's red hot, like that. You can remember a time when you burned your hand, and that's all you need. It doesn't need to be this like complex, perpetually being reminded of this negative memory. So anyway, I really appreciated your confirming what I believed, and especially that, like, you had like a 3-month window where you felt like you had accomplished your goal, because I feel like I'm getting much closer. And one of the things that I noticed was time seems to be proceeding at a more reasonable rate. Like, so when my brain gets hyperactive and I'm thinking about all these, like, and I didn't even realize it, like, that I should wrangle these crazy thoughts. Like, hundreds of thoughts pop up in an hour, or hundreds of thoughts pop up in 30 minutes. And it slows time down, because, like, that was an epic amount of different things to think about. It's being, like, involved in 30, 40 conversations in 30 minutes. Like, it's exhausting. And that was going on in my head all the time. And it was having such a negative effect on my life. I think my brain was freaking out because I was going through depression and grief, and so my brain was like just like going through its history of misery, trying to figure out, like, what is the problem, Earl? What is the problem? It's like a stupid helper. It can't just say, like, oh, the problem is your pet passed away, and you're gonna go through some hard times. Like, my brain just kept looking for solutions. And now I'm being a better master of controlling my mind by saying it's not helpful to bring up past negatives. Give me pleasant memories. Let's use our past to think about what we'd like to do now in our present, and let's plan the more future wonderful memories in our future. Like, that's some good time. That's some good mental energy to expend. And also some good mental energy and some good energy just to expend, as well as just not to be thinking. Just let your mind empty out and just, like, smell what it smells like and listen to the rain. Consider the gray skies and the gray concrete. Like, think about, very little to nothing. How's your skin feel? How am I comfortable sitting? I am. It's time to go, though.